Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations. So got kind of a variety of creations again today. At the end of the video, I'll show you an update on my Creel thing that I've been working on. I got it getting close to being done. I gotta put a few more hours into it, and I should have it ready. Very first creation here today is obviously the Argonaut, and this is by theScriptHD. This is a Wasteland Series creation. And this is a big SV, and I gotta say, this is a very cool looking SV. I really dig it. I really dig it. This the shaping and the block work, the levels of detail, as well as the color scheme, and everything about it really just sets it off. That's neat. This is just a very cool looking, kind of authentic looking sci-fi ship here. I like how the cockpit area is done up, kind of got that industrial look to it for sure. I do believe this is more of a like a minor type of creation, so not a combat fighter. You can see that it's got a bunch of laser drills on the front of it here. I think what really sets this one off to me is, well, a lot to do with the block work and, well, the whole thing, but this plating that's going over certain aspects or areas of the creation. Like you can kind of see the plating around some drills over here on the side, and then more plating around this area, and then kind of the breakup in the plating here, and how you can kind of see the plating wrap around sections of the ship, kind of where reverse thruster is over there. And when you get to the back side of the ship, you got these four large angled thruster housings that are kind of yeah, that's just neat how that's set up, and that looks like it all connects there. And then you have this other section over here, which is, yeah, that's just really cool too, the way this is done up. And it looks like we have some turret mount positions over on the sides there, and I believe there's going to be a lot of upgrade options on this ship too. I'm seeing a lot of indicators even on the hull without looking at any LCDs or anything, just to see that there's a lot of potential places to add in thrusters or turrets or other pieces. But yeah, what a cool looking creation. Stellar block work, really. And the color breakups on it, I think, are very well done too. It doesn't follow necessarily like a striped formation. It's a bit random. And I like that actually. You know, like here it's dark gray, and then you've got some orange here. Some of that dark gray follows through, but then you've got like more plating on top of that. And then it goes back to dark gray over here. It does that all over the ship to great success, I would say. That just yeah, just every place where you'd kind of expect it maybe to change colors or whatnot, it does. And that is just really cool. So yeah, kudos on this. This is a very stellar creation. Now I know the author also had another creation up on the spotlight, but I usually only pick one creation from an author per week. So just take a look at the Steam Empyrion Workshop area, and you'll see another creation there from theScriptHD as well. But what a cool looking ship. Wow, I don't even know what the inside looks like, but I've just been admiring the hull. And literally, it just, all the shaping and the block work around here, all the little breakups, even little things like what's going on here. You see it's running this angled block, but all of a sudden it decides to change the block from the flat surface one to this one in a couple places. Seemingly a bit random, but, you know, that's perfect, honestly. That really dials in that industrial look. Like maybe there's some weird part under there or something like that. Yeah, look at that. Just all the stuff going over these big cargo boxes too. These are those higher end Reforged Eden cargo boxes. And again, I'm seeing a lot of this kind of thing, where it certainly looks like they're designed to hold in more and larger thrusters. So I would believe that you could get a lot more thrusters and turrets and all kinds of things on this creation. But yeah, killer looking creation here. Alright, well anyway, let's Let me adjust the lighting, and I haven't figured out actually where I board the ship at yet, but I bet you it's pretty obvious. Probably like right over here. So let me adjust the lighting, and we'll take a tour on board the ship. Let me just try to get it to that weird setting at night where it's kind of bright. Okay. I think that might be the best. Open sesame. I wonder if there's a, there could be an option here. Headlights, power save. Yeah, quite a few P menu options. I was just seeing if there's, if I'm not triggering the sensor or whatnot here. Well, here, I'll just manually open that up. And we'll close that up again. Now, keep in mind, too, I mean, this almost seems like it's a CV, but it's a SV. So that is wild. Oh, ramp control, there it is. All right, so it's done from the inside. This looks nice on the inside too. Very fitting with the Wasteland Series. Just another addition to it. Yeah, this Wasteland Series is quite a large faction now. theScriptHD has been really building this series out with a lot of very cool creations. So yeah, as soon as you walk in, it looks like we've got a lot of things going on here. We got a little LCD telling you about some upgrades and things like that. Storage controller right over there. Cargo box. Looks like we got a taxa tank in the side. I don't know if I need to point out all these things or not, but yeah, just really cool. Just the way the walls are done too. You see all this stuff going on in here. I mean, kind of like this framework, kind of like it's a shelving unit, and there's parts and pieces in it. Like here's a oxygen area. Looks like we've got some grates in here. Maybe there's places for more parts underneath here. Definitely could be. This is pretty interesting too, where it's got kind of this elevated fencing coming off from the ramp control. Let me get out of God mode a minute, and I'll just try to walk around. So this is your actual walking height, which is really weird because I was kind of looking at it like it was a CV, but this is actually your player height walking around this ship. So you can just see the huge amount of detail going on here. I'll just try to stay out of God mode for this here. I think it'd be a lot more accurate. Wow, look at that. It's got ramps going up to a back section over there too. So over in this section, looks like we got a number of passenger seats, at least 4 right over there. And look at all this stuff going on the side. Very nice. Yeah, trauma station, more O2, cooking station, fridges. Looks like some upgrade slot areas. Oh, alternative color scheme as well. Oh, I'll have to check that out in a sec here. See what this looks like with a different coloring. Oh, that's neat too. Kind of a built-in emblem sign there. Wasteland Series, very nicely done. Oh, look at this. Another seat over there. What's going on up here? System map. Oh, with the keyboard and stuff. Oh, that's wild too. Can't see it very well and just walking around here. But hold on, let me sit in the seat. Man, it almost looks like an arcade game there. That's just cool. It's like, oh, what game is that? Came out just after Galaga. That looks really cool. Oh yeah, using different sensors here too. Let me get the HUD on so I can. Oh yeah, look at that. Using these fancy new well, switches. I want to call them sensors. But that is cool. So you don't have like a physical on-off switch. It's just on-off this way. I like how the LCDs are updating too. And obviously this turns on the spotlights. This is our interior lights, so we got a switch for that as well. And then this cool looking bridge area. I like that Argonaut right across there. I like this kind of 3D looking LCD projection of like a planetary area. Kind of reminds me of the dashboard you'd see in Elite Dangerous. Kind of like with this kind of thing there. That's just neat. And we also got power save and headlights. I noticed there's also P menu options for all of these as well. Let's head back this way a little bit and take a walk up into the back section here. It looks like just God, this could be another area for upgrading. There's a lot of room in here. And I'm just kind of looking at like a lot of this stuff, like these wireframe blocks here, where yeah, if you're trying to add in shield parts or fuel tanks or all kinds of stuff, you could put them there. Actually, yeah, that's kind of what this is for: shield upgrades or aux, quantum cores. Yeah, wow. Oh yeah, we've got some stuff up over here too. Look at that. Oh, access to those big boxes you can see from the outside, sealed off with oxygen with these louver doors on the inside. So there should be a couple more boxes over here. Yep. These boxes have a pretty good amount of storage in them for a SV, like 8K per box. So that is actually quite a lot of storage, SV wise. Yeah, this is really cool. Not really going to get lost in here. It is an SV now. If this was a CV, everything would look a whole lot different. And again, like if I got out of, if I went back into God mode, how I was first walking around, I was walking around in here like it was a CV, and that throws all the scaling off quite a bit actually when I do that. And like generators up top here. Yeah, this is really nice. There's our warp drive. I was kind of curious where that is. We'll have to see if it's got a shield too. Let's look at some numbers here. So start with, yeah, SV, but size class 10, so it is a pretty big SV. It's fairly quick. You know, I wasn't sure how fast it was going to be. It looked like I had a lot of room for extra thrusters and things like that, but it's pretty stout actually. So 79 forward, 28 strafing, 118 lift, 73 reverse, 33 down, 28 fuel tanks, 8 oxygen tanks. A lot of fuel capacity on this one as well. 8 hour and 1 minute build time. It's going to use a little bit of estrium and Zacosium, but not a whole lot. Usually weapons and things like that will chew that up quicker. This doesn't have a huge amount of weapons on it, but it does have, obviously it's set up for drilling. So you got 4 mechanical drills, 9 laser drills, 2 minigun turrets, and a detector on here as well. Let's take a look at its, I just wanted to see what it's, okay, it does have a shield in it at 1480 on its shield strength. Obviously, a lot of these things can be upgraded. A lot of upgrade slots on here. CPU-wise, a smidgen over 60,000, so it's a Core 9 build. That's not really going to make any difference, or almost not noticeable difference on any performance. It's just very slightly over the 60K CPU. Obviously, it's set up to add in auxiliary and quantum cores. They're not needed, though, stock. You can just kind of take this up and move it around quite well, actually, stock. So let's take a look at its storage. So we've got, oh, everything's nicely labeled here. So we've got quite a few. I like how this is all done here. So we got 8, 4, and keep in mind, this is an SV. So SVs, they're not on the same storage range as CVs for sure, but a lot for an SV. So we got 41K cargo, 232K harvest areas. We've got our those other boxes that are in here too. I think that might be these miscellaneous ones. So these are all 8K, even an 8K area for Pentaxid. Wow, so yeah, there's just a lot of storage on here. I think this is, if you add all these numbers up, I think we're getting up above, yeah, definitely above, probably about 130, 140K of storage for an SV. It's got a lot of lift thrust though too, so it looks like it can handle that storage just fine. Plus a lot of other boxes and things in here too. It's not trying to go too crazy. Oh, yeah, another almost 14K with ammo controller too. Yeah, wow, a lot of storage. A lot of storage. Passenger seats, utility function. Pretty much everything you can put in an SV is in this SV. And yeah, killer looking creation there. Yeah, really like that. Looks good at nighttime here too. It's just a really cool shape in my opinion. So again, this is the Argonaut Wasteland Series by theScriptHD. Very cool SV. So next creation here, let's see what we got. We got the Deep Blue here by Artemis Rogue. And I thought this one, I seen this a couple days ago on the workshop when it showed up there, and I just thought this looked fun. So this is yeah, definitely a shark design here. Love the teeth, love the eyeballs, love the color scheme to go with the whole shark thing. It's even got a tongue inside of here. Look at that, and kind of this part up here, like part of the upper mouth and things like that. That's just fun. And this part here you can obviously see is a retractable turret here. I think this is hiding quite a few guns on it right now. But yeah, look at this. It's like this this little shark creation here, and yeah, you literally it's got a first-person pilot seat up here in the upper fin. They call that is that the dorsal fin? Yeah, this is just fun. It's just it looks like it would be a pretty usable ship here too, just by kind of looking at it. Besides looking like a shark, it that's just cool. That's just cool. It's definitely a fun creation. Love the eyeballs too. It's got that kind of red going on behind the eyeballs, and to just kind of pop it out there, and the teeth, and the mouth, and the tongue. The whole tongue thing that really sticks out to me too. That's just wild. I've seen a couple other creations with mouths before, but I don't. Well, maybe I don't think I've seen a tongue that looked quite like that before. Yeah, very cool. Very cool looking creation here. Just trying to see what's going on the side here. Oh, that's really interesting. So we got some of these tanks, and there's just kind of like this some internal block work that kind of where you can kind of see through it here, kind of like the gills or something like that in that area. Ha! Very cool. Very cool. All right, here, let me adjust the lighting here. Something like that. Let me find a way on board the ship here. We got something right in this area. Ah, here we are. Right off the back side here. And then, yeah, I come into a little hangar area. Looks like we've got a glass ceiling above here with some extra parts, some CPU core blocks, oxygen in the hangar. Like how this is stylized and detailed. The lighting works well with it too. Got quite a bit of these red texture lights. What do we got behind these doors here? Oh, look at that. Medium shield part over there. And, oh, not over here though. We got a little production area, 2 small constructors and an advanced constructor. Obviously you can see a generator and warp drive and long range radar and a bunch of stuff above us there. And our CPU core blocks over here. That's very nice. So let's go up the elevator here. So we've got this floor here. Looks like more part upgrade areas. So we've got a room for a shield here, and on the other side, oh, I wonder if there's something that would describe that. This is 4 blocks. I think this is only 3 blocks wide, so it's not going to fit a big shield, but it looks like it can fit 2. Oh yeah, that's how this is laid out. 2 more medium shields in this room area here. And then this will walk out right above that glass ceiling above the hangar. And oh, this is interesting. So we got this glassed off section in here with a pentaxid tank. Kind of looks like it's meant to hold another part in that area, probably a big advanced generator. Maybe. Yeah, so that would fit all the way across there. Looks like you'd have to move the pentaxid tank if you did put another full-size generator in there. But yeah, that is cool. It kind of gives you a heads up because you can kind of see how it's done on one side. And then we also have a medical bay here too. So we're looking at some our specialized medical equipment over here. And then off the back here we've got looks like armor locker, fridge, and our main core, and some more CPU blocks. Of course, the long range radar, some fuel tanks. So kind of a lot of stuff here. Kind of yeah, that's really cool. Get a lot of stuff in here. It's not a real big ship, but but it looks like it's packing a lot of function in here. Let's go all the way to the top here. So we got a blast door out the back. Kind of looks like this is going to be a quick entry point from the kind of behind the this fin over here, and right up into the first-person cockpit area with its own oxygen system here. And obviously we're seeing, yeah, a bunch of retractable turrets up top over here as well. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Here, let's I'm gonna take a look at its menu here. Spotlights, mining mode. Okay, so it's a miner, or at least it has mining capability. I'm gonna have all the turrets come out here in a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. Quite a lot of guns on here. It was definitely hiding most of them, if not all of them. Yeah, I don't know. I won't necessarily call this a dedicated miner. It kind of looks like a like it's gonna shoot and mine kind of thing. So let's take a look at some numbers here. So this is a size class 4. 11 fuel tanks, 3 oxygen tanks, 45 forward, 22 strafing, 44 lift, 44 reverse, 22 down, 12 hour and 26 minute build time. Is going to need some Estrium and Zakosium for this. Obviously, probably a lot to do with the weaponry on it. Speaking of weaponry, a lot of sentry guns, 19. This is the second build I've seen from Artemis that has a lot of sentry guns on here. So I'm kind of wondering if the author found a good use on maybe a drone protection or other things on using a lot of retractable sentry guns. They're not terribly expensive CPU-wise either, so that would be a nice option. The ammo's really cheap too for them, and that's not all. Actually, there's 23 sentry guns if you include the these 4 non-retractable ones. EMP cruise missile launchers, retractable plasma turrets, laser cannons. Also has laser drills, long-range detector and long-range radar and a detector, and then heavy laser turrets as well. So yeah, a lot of weaponry on here. A combat miner, Shark combat miner. I believe that is what this is. So CPU wise, it goes a little past 2.1 million. Not too much to rectify. It's only about 100,000 over. But it'll still be operational, I believe, without blowing up generators at this level stock. Of course, it would probably benefit a little bit from a little bit more CPU added to it, maybe like even 1 aux core or something else, something to get you about 100,000 CPU. Yeah, that's very cool. Let's take a look at your storage here. So we got a harvest controller, 286K in there, ammo controller, 320K, and that looks like about it. So yeah, definitely a combat miner, harvester miner. Well, more of a miner. Shark. I just had to throw in the shark there. Cool name for it too. The deep blue. Yeah, that works. That works quite nicely. So again, yeah, the deep blue by Artemis Rogue, very, very nice, very cool looking shark oriented ship here with the tongue, oh, there's not only 1 turret in there. There's a little sentry gun up the top there, another one here, another one there. Yeah, this thing's armed to the teeth. It's definitely a predator. All right, so let me get the lights back on here. We'll take a look at the next creation. And I'm gonna shoot over here and look up in the sky here a minute. And this is the interestingly named the Halo Thing by Celesticore. And this, I believe, is more of a cosmetic, a really cool thing to look at. Oh, I should have put this should have been on the ground, guys. I screwed that up. I got it floating in the air. For some reason, I thought it was that way until I looked at this big base pedestal here. But yeah, this is more of a, from what I gather, a decorative piece, like a POI kind of thing, but not really a POI. Just kind of a really neat structure to look at, or I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough with Halo to know if this came directly from a something in Halo, or if this was just similar to that of something in Halo of the author's own design. I don't know right off the top of my head on this one. But I got to say, it looks really cool. And I do remember seeing this kind of effect going on with Halo. Like, this is supposed to be animated, and like this is floating up there. And I have seen this kind of technology kind of thing in Halo games before, and that looks really cool. I love how the author just took like some miscellaneous blocks. Some of these are damage blocks, and yeah, it did basically the texture lighting on them with the with that to make it look like it's kind of a beam that's, it almost looks like it would be in motion right now. You know what I mean? It's that is cool. Look at some of this interesting block work going on in here. That's neat. I like this outer frame, and then you've got some inner frame or some inside pieces here that this is kind of like going over the top of at. I don't know. Just, you know, it definitely looks like it's high tech. It does something, kind of thing, kind of thing. Yeah, that was a little bit of a pun there. And it's pretty tall creation here as well. We've got some antennas on the top. I like the interesting like lighting here. Oh, look at that. There's actually a little ventilator up there. That's cool. And look at this antenna set up on the backside going up there all the way to the top, or pretty close to the top. Little blue light thing going on up top there. That looks really neat. That's like underneath a railing piece there. Just little subtle detail pieces all over the place, like how these blocks over here kind of randomly stick out a little more than the side hull around it. Cool looking base pedestal too. Very original idea with this going on here. That's just crazy. I don't believe that it has an interior. No, that's just, yeah, just pretty much for the sake of you know, something to see in the game. It'd be kind of neat if the game had more of this kind of thing too. Just stuff around. Like, what the heck is that? I don't know. It's an alien tower communicator thing or something. And it floats on a laser beam from a pedestal. That's very, very cool. Again, I don't. Yeah, I probably won't look at the. Well, let's look at the general stats here. Obviously, it doesn't really use any CPU. I just figured I'd look at the construction costs on here. So yeah, hour and 17 minute. Nothing special whatsoever. It does have a fuel tank in there, but again, this is just made to be a decorative piece, I do believe. And that is really cool. Nice looking design work on that. Love this little ring thing going on in the middle here too. That is pretty stellar. So again, this is the Halo thing by Solusticor. Very cool. Very cool. Neat looking creation there. All right, so the next thing here is we've got the, let me get over here. And I believe we're looking at this guy here. And this is the NS-OVO Nanotech Drone Dispatch Unit, CPU compliant. Uh-oh. I totally screwed up and I left out the author's name here. Hold on. I'm going to look at the author's name right now. And this is, well, listed right here by M1ST, or like Mist. Sorry about that. I got a little file on the side here, and I always copy in the author's names as listed on Steam, and I somehow neglected to do that on this particular build. But obviously, we can still look at the author name there. And yeah, this is a little SV fighter that I think is out of juice. Yes, it is. Let me get that fired up there. Using an old school cockpit. This is like one of the original cockpits, or whatnot. Why does that look so different to me? It almost doesn't look like one I'm familiar with. It's got a... It must be there. It's just maybe I just haven't used it before. Oh, that's an X-Wing cockpit, isn't it? That's that, yeah, 2-block wide X-Wing cockpit. It's just the way it's colored in relation to the rest of the ship here. doesn't look like it. It looks like some other cockpit I wasn't even familiar with. But no, that is, I do believe that X-Wing cockpit. And it's kind of got the X-Wing thing going on here too with the wing design and whatnot. And look at what's going on up here. See, that's what's really throwing me off too, is all this decorative parts. We got some wing pieces and some deco pieces kind of wrapped around the front of the this cockpit area, which makes it the whole thing kind of look way different than it normally would look, and especially the way it's colored and textured with all the these texture lights on it. Interesting. Oh, look at that. These are actually those are some landing gear over here on the side. These aren't the ones obviously it's meant to land with. It's just used for decorative purposes. But yeah, this is actually like a wing piece and then a landing gear piece over here, I think. I don't know, this one's really screwing me up. It's just the way the author used different parts in different ways. It almost kind of looks like there's new parts here, you know, like parts you just didn't see before. You can kind of see that going on the top here too with these kind of like landing pad or landing gear on the top there, which kind of look like there's something else. I like that rubber track on these. I never even noticed that before. And we got some more wing parts here strapped together by some more deco parts. Oh, we even got some shield units in here. I like how nice looking LCD on the sides here. The drone dispatch unit looks like we got a kind of looks like it's a heavy shield. And on the back side here, it looks like we've got a cargo box. God, why does that look different too? Maybe that was always there, but I'm just seeing that little display there. I don't remember seeing a display like that in a cargo box, but there's a lot of funkiness going on here in a cool way. We got some shield parts too. Looking at least 4 small shield parts in here, as well as our main shield. Weaponry wise, it looks like it's running at least stock, a couple Gatling guns, actually 4 Gatling guns. Looks like there would be definitely places to add some launchers over here where the antennas are, and potentially back over here too, or well, I don't know, maybe, or maybe on the bottom side. Again, very interesting looking creation here, and how it lands there, the back area of it, yeah. That's very cool. It does kind of look like maybe you could, you know, mount some more launchers and stuff in various areas, maybe on top of these pieces here. Actually, I think that would look really neat. Hold on. I don't normally do this, but I just got to check this out a second here. Let me get rid of some junk and just grab, I don't know, some kind of launcher. Just want to see how that works out. Hold on here. Why does that look so different than what I just picked? Oh, that's weird. It's like not drawn in the back of it. Hold on. Yeah, is that a new bug? Yeah, so there's something whacked with this now too. But obviously, yeah, it kind of looks like you could dump in some weaponry in some of these other areas if you wanted to as well. Kind of a little off-putting there, but yeah, not bad. Kind of looks like they extend out. Well, anyway, let's take a look at the specs here. So, you know what? This very well could be a vanilla creation, and I wouldn't doubt that the numbers check out perfectly well in vanilla. A little bit over in reform. Oh, you know, it's over because I just put on some rocket launchers. There. Yeah, something's weird with that, with these. Well, now it's drawing them out, right? Okay, now you can see the whole model. That's weird. Okay, so let's look at the CPU without a couple extra rocket launchers on it. So yeah, Reforged Eden checks out totally cool here. 18, yeah. Sorry about that. I just got to have a little fun here now and then. So, spec-wise, we're looking at a size class about a 0.5. 111 forward, 7 strafing, 51 lift, 7 reverse, 7 down. Definitely very fast forward on this one. 2 RCS units, 1 fuel tank, 1 oxygen tank. CPU wise, we already looked at that, but yeah, it checks out great to pretty low CPU on this one. So uses an 18K out of 18.5K. Storage wise, so we got a 2.5K ammo, and then we got a looks like a cargo box, pentaxid tank you're going to need for the other stuff, and a storage pack. So a couple boxes in our pentaxid tank. Take a look at one other spec here. I just want to see what its stock shield is. Looks like 3210 on the shield stock. So it does, yeah, it is running the 4. Oh, I should have known that too. It's not definitely not vanilla because it's got additional shield pieces on there. So again, very, very cool SV, very unique, just the way it's built, with using a lot of like wing pieces and deco parts and landing gear pieces and things done in unusual ways. And again, it really disguised this cockpit too, where I thought it was some other cockpit that I just haven't seen before. It kind of looks like one of the older ones with the way it's textured and stuff, but yeah, that just really changed its appearance by all the stuff going on around it. Very interesting. So again, this is the NSOVO Nanotech Drone Dispatch Unit, CPU compliant by, and I apologize to the author on this, by MIST, or M1ST. Very, very cool. Very cool creation there. So the next one here is this guy, and let me try to say the name correctly here. This is the Cormorant, if I said that, Cormorant by Dadrick. And yeah, very, very cool looking CV here. Kind of a fighter style CV. Definitely like that. Yeah, the wing section. Oh, I like the color design on here too. Cool looking turrets. Looks like we got long range radar in the back. I like that that cockpit area there too. That kind of swoop down cockpit. It's not a CV too. It kind of looks like definitely like a SV. Like if it was scaled to SV, it would totally fit with that as well. Couple artillery launchers right on the front there, and then we got some laser cannons off to the side. Quite a barrage of turrets that are all spaced out here. Looks like everything has good line of sight on its weaponry as well. Yeah, all the guns here, front-facing attack craft, at least on its initial appearance here. I like this these wings built out of blocks here over on the side as well. And we got our strafing thrust back over here. Good location for that, especially on a combat ship. Keep them out of the front of the ship so they don't get blasted away. Yeah, I like all these turret positions, how they're done too. Kind of using some different angled rotating or kind of roundish blocks on some of them. And yeah, again, like how they're all kind of flared out over here on the sides. This is a neat setup on its guns, and I don't think you'd have any problem taking down some pretty good targets with this. Yeah, nice looking CV. Not super big. Definitely has that SV look to it too, especially with the cockpit area. We got a long range radar. Nice block work throughout. A lot of change ups. Some nice color added into the mix here too. Just again, kind of random pockets of color, which yeah, that's just something that I've been kind of trying to learn over time too. Is I typically like that when I first try to add some color to creations. Keep in mind, I started with pretty much straight up gray creations with maybe a little black on them. When I first started adding color, the only thing I could think of doing was do like a row of color stripe going in, you know, like maybe all the way across the craft. But honestly, I think yeah, just little splotches of color look a lot better than doing that. Like there's like a just random places. And I've been kind of doing that ever since. Once I kind of figured that out, and I'm seeing a lot of other creations here doing that kind of thing too. And yeah, it looks really good that way. It does. It's nice to get a little color in these creations here too. But keep in mind, I like creations that don't have color in them too. But it can add a lot of pretty easily add a lot of additional looks to a creation with little mix-ups in colors and things like that. Definitely. All right. Well, anyway, let's find a way on board here, and let me take a look here. Yep. I want to make sure we got juice too. Yeah, we do. Okay. Get over here. This looks like a door that opens up, but I don't think it is. What about back here? Nope. Let me on board. Oh, right up front. Oh, look at that. Okay, there it is. Open sesame. Here, let me adjust the lighting here. So, oh, nice. As soon as you walk aboard here, it looks like we've got our kind of a production area and utility. So, med bay and O2, armor locker, cargo system over here, 320K. We've got an advanced constructor, armor repair, another 320K cargo, and then a 320K ammo. Cargo box over on the side. Yeah, this is where you put your crew members when they feel like sleeping. No, I like that. I like this piece too. I wish it did something in the game, but yeah, I guess it holds 1,500 storage, but it'd be kind of neat if this was a bed. You know, like it would at least have the same function as a bed or something like that. Because I do like the part. I mean, it's a neat part. It's just mostly, I guess it's a box. It's still a box. Let's go in the elevator here. Go up to floor 2. So over here, it looks like we've got our core room over here. We got some CPU blocks installed already. I don't know if it's, we'll look at the CPU in a bit. And our main core, obviously room for more CPU blocks. We'll have to see how this fits in CPU stock. It has quite a bit of weaponry on it, so I'm expecting it to be a Core 9, but we'll see. Kitchen area. And then we've got looks like we got our full med bay here. Got the shower included. All the fancy parts. Very nice. I like the layout on here too. It's kind of asymmetrically laid out on the interior. Pretty much the whole interior, really. And a chill out place over here. This actually does function as a passenger seat as well, these couches. So we could go over here and sit, and then rather than a regular passenger seat. And right up into the bridge area. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is a passenger seat, and this is the main cockpit seat here. Oh, that's cool. The kind of asymmetrical staircase going down to there. Very nice. Oh, and then a quick access door right up on the top there. Very nice. Yeah, that's helpful. Definitely for gameplay. Get in and out of that cockpit area very quickly, which can be quite important in game depending on what's going on. Yeah, very cool ship. Yeah, the layout's really neat on the inside. It's not a big ship, but it's got all the stuff. I mean, it really has all the stuff. I would definitely say, just by the looks of it and the amount of weaponry on it, that it is definitely a fighter, combat-oriented CV. Doesn't look like it's interested in doing any farming or docking of HVs or SVs or that kind of thing. It looks like it's pretty much dedicated for combat. Alright, let's take a look at some numbers here. So to start with, unlock level 25, size class 2, 54 forward, 27 strafing, 54 lift, 27 down, 27 reverse, 7 fuel tanks, 3 oxygen tanks, 14 hour and 19 minute build time, 5 missile turrets, 7 laser turrets, 2 artillery cannons, detector plus long range radar, minigun, 4 minigun turrets, and 4 advanced laser cannons. So yeah, a nice barrage of weaponry to get into the battles and things like that. But you know, staying at that core 9 level. Speaking of that, shield wise on here, it looks like it comes stock with a 40,000, well, 40,125 on shield. And we have separate group switches here for different types of weaponry, which is great. Often you got to take down a shield if you're going after a shielded target, so you can just turn on your lasers and keep like the missiles and some of these other things off, not waste ammo because they're not really damaging the shield, and then kick that all on after the shield goes down. And just again, CPU wise, it is right there. This 6,000 over is, I don't think that you'd see any difference whatsoever at that being over by that little amount of CPU. I think that is pretty much a non-issue on this one. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. Again, this is the Cormorant by Dadrick. Very, very cool. Fighter style combat CV with a pretty hefty shield on it too. That's the only thing I didn't notice when I was walking through here is the like the shield pieces and stuff. Let me fly around a little bit on the inside the hull here. So here's our warp drive. Ah, here we go. Yeah, we do have quite a few shield parts going on here. Quite a few medium shield parts. And our main shield there. CPU block. So that's kind of on the back side of this room over here in the back of the ship. That's, again, a good place for them. Keeping that as far away from the front end of the ship as you can. Alright, well, let me get the lighting back on here and turn that off. So the next creation here, this is a base. This is the Ice Station Delta by Jay Drafton. And let me go in the right direction. There we are. And that is this base. Now, when I was spawning it, I was having a little bit of difficulty finding enough land to spawn it on. I was trying to get the height right on it to get it looking good. I didn't quite get it right where this base here, I think, is supposed to drop down a little bit more on this side, but if I did that, it would drop the other side down a little bit too much and whatnot. But yeah, this is a really cool looking base. Now, I apologize to the author here. This would, you know, it's an ice station. I probably should have been spawned in on a snow planet for maximum effect here, but sorry about that. But anyway, this thing looks really cool. There is some interesting stuff going on here as well with what the author did with damage blocks on the side to make it look like it's stacked up like snowbanks and things like that around the hull of the base. You can kind of see that silhouette here of like these are like ice chunks going across the top over here. That's really cool. Can't say maybe by the same author. I think I've seen this one time before, and it probably was by the exact same author on a previous base. But yeah, that's neat. That is a unusual touch there, but it looks really neat. It kind of gives it that definite icy feeling to it. And then beyond that part, there's this big landing pad area over here too, which is really interesting. Never seen a landing pad quite like this. It's got a mechanism like a ramp door that'll get you up to the top of it, and you can park in, you know, whatever, up here. Got solar panels mixed into this, so maybe this is just kind of a solar array, but it certainly, or dual use, like a solar and repair station over here for maximum, 1 meters above this block. Okay, so that's really interesting. Yeah, just the whole surface is kind of set up with solar panels. These in the framework and some other parts, and yeah, it's neat. It just makes for a very unusual, really detailed landing pad area. Of course, it has its own ramp coming up, and then it also has some walk paths that go up into there too. On both the front and back. I had quite a few locations actually. And then lighting all the way around the landing pad too. We'll have to look at this at night and see what that looks like. But then there's the whole main base over here. which looks like quite the compound going on here. Again, yeah, really cool effect there with the damage block representing like snow and things like that on the sides of the base. So here, let's cruise around the rest of the hall here. Take a look at that. I like how this is done up too. That's interesting going on in there. It looks like something frozen on the inside there. That's a weird texture there. That's one of those Xeno textures. It's like one of those textures that really difficult to find a place for in the game, but that actually works quite well. The author did there. Like this, I like the block work. How this, excuse me. All right. Cool looking. This is really neat looking too. The way the blocks are done up around here. Yeah, that's cool. Very detailed. Again, I've seen something like this recently in wood grain on a different ship. That looks neat. Kind of looks like it's a different game, you know. Something you might see in like, I don't know, another game that isn't voxel made. So then we got two ways inside the this hangar area. Got some sentry gun defense around it, and this is interesting. So we have a force field on the back, but then we have a tinted LCD in front of that. Yeah, the author figured out. This has been something that's been bothering me. I'm not a big fan of the texture of a force field. Typically, I don't really like the looks of it. I wish the force fields had some property settings where you could maybe pick an alternative texture, its color, and opacity of a force field. I think that would be really, really neat options in the game. But what the author did here is put an LCD with a specific color over the front of it. And that totally changes the look of the force field, really. I mean, so this kind of looks like a foreign thing here. That's cool. That is a neat idea. I never actually thought of doing that before. I think I've complained about the force field texture before. But yeah, this at least it doesn't look, you know, the same. If you got rid of the LCD in front, it would have a totally different appearance to it. And this looks really neat. I like how it's done in blue. Very fitting for the ice theme that this base is in. So inside of here, it looks like we've got a lot of stuff going on. So hangar space, we got 3 furnaces kind of chilling lined up here. Got their furnace vent. You know what? I'm going to go to the nighttime lighting here too. So 3 furnaces right in the center. Looks like we have a catwalk kind of going up above. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on up there. Different consoles and pieces here. Repair bay. Oh, it's got a switch there, and it looks like a place to put in maybe a repair console right here. I would guess. And then the repair bay, reforge. Oh, interesting. Oh, so you can B&D 320 into a larger, more convenient 600. So you can combine 2 different storage controllers, 2 320s into a 640 by placing in a. Oh yeah, that is very cool. Interesting idea there. I like that too. So we got the same thing going on over here. That's neat. That is neat. So yeah, you can it can work with vanilla and reforged with that. And we got O2 right over there. Where does this go? Okay, this is just a way out to the kind of the solar landing pad area. Let's take this elevator up. Oh, it goes down too. Well, it did, but I kind of buried it. Sorry about that. So down here we have a teleporter. We've got an upgrade LCD board going on, armor locker, our main core, kind of a kitchen area. Looks like there's more stuff going down below here. Maybe some oh, we got an ammo box right over there. And it looks like a, yeah, crew area. So all this fun stuff right out the bottom portion of the base. Let's go up to the this level here. So this is that kind of catwalk area above the hangar. Looks like we got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, 2 different color LCDs there. That looks neat. We got a deconstructor over here. A constructor. This is kind of overlooking the furnaces. Yeah, this is some xenoblocks right here too. You can tell by that texture there. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's neat. Oh yeah, this is like some kind of tank. Oh, it's got the console here going on. Oh, that looks really neat. It's using the whatever these cabinet like deco pieces around there, and then Xeno blocks there to make that blue look there. Well, that's really cool. I love to see these innovative ideas. Again, taking different decoration parts and mixing them with other blocks and certain textures and things like that to create just different things. That is neat. So yeah, this floor is really cool. Constructor, deconstructor, so kind of like a production floor. Let's go up to the next floor here. And we got the, oh no, Bionetics area. So it looks like we've got our medical bay up here. Oh, a lot of, farming area. Is that what's going on here? All these blocks are meant to be removed for grow plots? Yes, they are. Look at that. We got the grow lights right above there. So this is a farming level. Oh, that's an interesting way to show where the grow plots go. They're all kind of like they got the green decal or the like the mossy decal on them. And then a medical bay kind of in the center area. I love the LCD over there too. And armor repair and armor locker as well up here. Quite a view. I mean, walking around this floor, it's kind of like a top control tower there. You can kind of see everything that's going on all the way around the base. And then we can continue upward to the top here to a big old landing pad on the top. Oh, nice. So you got a lot of docking space. You can obviously dock some larger creations over there, plus more stuff here. Plus you got the hangar. And then for defenses, looks like we got a gun turret on that side. Over here, flak. Another one over there. Oh yeah, there are some. You know, I'm a little buried here. It was really hard to. Again, it takes up a lot of room on the surface, and it was hard to try to spawn all this in. As you can see down below ground, some of these pillars go pretty deep, but I had to go that deep so I could try to get this put into the ground as well. So it was a little tricky to spawn. It definitely wants a good amount of flat land for this. But it does give you some flexibility too on spawning it. Obviously, like I recessed this, but I recessed it too much, so I literally buried these turrets. I'm not sure of how I got it spawned, if they would actually function in the game. I would say probably no. I would probably have to raise this up a little bit out of the ground a bit more. Yeah, really, really cool base here. Different. Oh, we also have, is this a legit radar? Hold on a second here. Radar disc. I think, no, this is just the deco. I was going to say, I don't even think there is a radar for a legit, like, long-range Reforged Eden radar for a base. I don't really see the point in that. Anyway, so, no, that's just decorative there. But really cool-looking landing pad, though, on top. And I love all this angled glass going around here. That looks neat. Definitely has that control tower kind of look to it. Yeah, very cool base. Let's look at some numbers here now. So, We're starting with CPU, so looks like we're well in the CPU range here. Yeah, using 355K out of 360K on CPU. Size class 7. 9 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks, 5 hour and 57 minute build time. Uses hardly any zacosium or restrium. Enough to easily find in just a random POI, not even a hostile POI box somewhere in game. So we looked at CPU. Let's take a look at your storage here. So we got an ammo box at 14K. Looks like we got controller C, D, are both 320s, A and B. Okay, so we got 4 320s right there. We got a couple boxes set for trade goods, and another one for water, and then we've got all these individual named boxes for different types of resources here. So I do believe these are 16K boxes, and even more of that down over here too. A very nice job on color coordinating and labeling all the storage in the facility here. Boosters and suits, yeah, definitely meant for gameplay. Yeah, very cool base. Again, the Ice Station Delta by Jay Drafton. Very nice. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show today, that was all the regular creations. I'll just show you an update. I was going to do a video. I did record a video of me working on this yesterday, but it was slow going and it was boring and it took way longer, so I didn't put that video out. But I'm nearly done with the interior of this creation. Now let's start at this floor over here. So I did show this already on the last video. I think I have some parts out of this creation right now, but I've been working on detailing a lot of these different rooms here. Like this is the location for a large shield part over here. So like a lot of these internal areas I've been setting up. I gave a couple options to add some more parts here. I put an FT, which stands for fuel tank, up there, but I didn't actually put the fuel tanks in there because it's near the front of the ship, and I don't want fuel tanks on the front of the ship. Basically, little thruster access rooms over here. If we walk through the main corridor of the engineering section, obviously you've got some quantum and auxiliary spots over here. This area back here was the new section, though, so I kind of worked on detailing the insides of where these another large shield part goes over here. I was kind of playing around with this, put something funky in the wall to look at there. And then back over here, got some small shield parts and our CPU blocks. Got our main core back over on this side. The other side's I don't have to put that in there and change the blocks on the other side. The other side's going to hold the gravity generator. And then we've got our fusion reactor room as well. I'll try to detail this a little bit more, but it's got a couple more locations for small shield parts in here. What I have left to do on this ship yet is add in 2 more small shield locations, get the gravity generator. I gotta redo this area and kind of do it asymmetrically from the other side and get a gravity generator here. And then I need to get a rear Wi-Fi in place back over there. And I do have to remove these other shield parts and paint all around them down under there yet and stuff like that. Same thing for these shield parts over here. But other than that, I would say that is pretty much the interior of this build. So basically it's got 3 levels. You've got your main level that you'd probably be spending all your time on, or most of your time on, which has your ramps coming up from the ground, either on the front or kind of back sort of area of the ship. A couple advanced constructors over here, a couple storage, ammo bays actually, 2 320K ammo bays there. It also has 2 320K cargo bays in here. Then you've got all your medical stuff right in this section here, including a toilet and shower, and armor locker and fridge as well. Now one thing it is missing too, and I might see if I can get that in place here, is an armor repair. It does not have that in the ship yet. A couple passenger seats over here, a couple more boxes. As in shield parts and upgrades like that, it can hold a fusion reactor, 3 large shield parts, 6 medium shield parts, and will do 8 small shield parts. And then of course a fusion reactor as well. I think I might have said that already. So that is the lower deck go up to the medium deck where we're already at, which is all engineering. This is where you put all the part upgrades in, shield pieces and all that fun stuff. And then on the top here, you got kind of this third person bridge that's hanging back a little bit. I do have to finish this up, and that goes right out to the landing pad. So that's kind of the setup on this. Then you've got your first person bridge right on the very front of the creation. So yeah, it's getting close to being done. I do plan on probably releasing that this weekend. I'm kind of steering towards Sunday on this one. I'll have a little bit more time. Saturday's going to be kind of busy for me, so I don't really want to try to get this out and finish it up by then. That'll give me a little more time. I got to get LCDs in here to go over the air, get everything on sensors, do those couple things that I pointed out with getting the gravity generator in there and making sure that I get a rear Wi-Fi and front Wi-Fi in here, and put in some, the couple LCDs and things like that, and should be good to go. And then figure out what I want it to come stock with. So basically, I'm going to dial this all in so it's Core 9 compliant at release, and then you can add in the quantum auxiliary cores and a lot of stuff. I'll have to figure out what it can come with and what it can't come with. And then you can put in a lot of shield parts and do a lot of upgrades. And I'm hoping this does a good job in game for being a combat ship. Try to make sure that all the turrets have a good line of sight. It can hold a lot of launchers on here too. So you've got, it can do, geez, how many do I got back there? 8 artillery launchers, 8 laser cannons, and keep in mind all the turrets on here are placeholders at the time. But it is capable of holding 45 turrets on there as well. And it does have a, I do believe it will come stock with the long-range warp drive or the 60 light-year warp drive. It's not going to come stock, obviously, with a fusion reactor or many shield parts, probably, besides the main heavy shield. So other than that, it is very close to being complete now. And that is all I've got for today. Really cool creations yet again by everybody. Awesome work on this. Some really pretty stuff going on here. And kind of fun creations as well. Yeah, very nice work, guys. And I will talk to you later.